Oh, okay, Natalie. Okay, Natalie. You think you ready to get this paw work? Well, then let's get it in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up now? What's up now? No, don't ball up now. Keep that same energy. Wait a minute. Hold up. I know you ain't over here making the duck face. Girl, I done told you about the duck face, man. Hey, Natalie, come get this baby, man. Come on and get this baby, man. Babies don't know their own strength, and they get to grabbing me hard, and then I ready. See, that's what I'm saying, skibbity paps. See, now I done have to get a baby to skibbity paps. Now I look like the bad guy out here. Wake your ass up, Terrence. Wake your ass up, Terrence. Don't be pulling that falling asleep mess on me, Terrence. The food portion of my dish is empty, Terrence. I'm about to go scratch the home of your couch, Terrence. Tell him to give me the Sheba next time because the meow make. Hey, yo, who was that on your goddamn forehead? As you can see, a cat's balance. Hey, don't put your nose on me when I'm walking through with balance and grace. You know better than that. So we slapping people, huh? Okay. Hey, Gerald, man, back on up, playboy. We talking grown folks' business in here. Cordell, man. Skippity pop that ass up, man. Damn, Rudy. What you hit me like that for, Rudy? I was asleep. Skippity pat, skippity pat. Go somewhere, Vargas. I can skippity pat, I can skippity pap you up all day.
Oh God, there he goes promoting that flashlight again. Guys, and the reason I do is because it's rugged, it's durable, reliable, and you never need batteries because it's powered by the sun. What? You don't have the sun in your area? Then just plug it into any electrical outlet, and then it serves as a portable power bank where you can not only have light to light your way, you can charge up your cell phone from 0 to 100%. And you got all these cool lighting functions. Your discount is in a link in the description below. Grab a couple of them.
All right, before we go over the insanity of the world, I just wanted to take a sanity break. This is back from, I can't remember, I don't know if this is 2008 or 2012, but this is Ron Paul in the caption above here, and I agree with this guy right here, to think that the Republicans passed this guy up in 2008 and 2012. In 2012, just in case a lot of you don't know, a lot of people in my audience, I was a delegate for the Ron Paul campaign in the state of Oklahoma, and I watched firsthand. This is when I first started waking up. I mean, first started waking up. The thing that the spark that lit the fire of waking me up was the book called Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. And then I learned about Ron Paul, and I read, some of his writings. And then I became a delegate for him in 2012. We had stickers on the back of our car, the whole bit. We went to all the campaign rallies and became a delegate. But then we went to the National Convention, which in 2012 was in Norman, Oklahoma. And we watched firsthand. I mean, I'm telling you, Ron Paul soundly won Oklahoma, but they gave it to Mitt Romney anyway. At that convention, the Ron Paul delegates, just the people supporting Ron Paul, I mean, heartily supporting Ron Paul. They weren't half in it. They were all in. The Ron Paul line for the table wrapped all the way around the building. And then you get to the Mitt Romney table. There were like 2 people there, and one was a volunteer. But I watched Ron Paul get railroaded. But this is him at one of the debates, one of the presidential debates, where they're trying to sift through who's going to be the GOP candidate. But listen to this question and then listen to Ron Paul's answer.
The IRS, the CIA, the Federal Reserve, the Department of Homeland Security, Medicare. I know that you used to want to end the FBI.
Talking about ending all those corrupt agencies that do nothing more than offer security theater as they bleed the American tax cattle of more and more resources, and we lose more and more of our rights. And people are literally laughing at Ron Paul for trying to secure individual liberties. It's disgusting.
I'm not sure whether you still support that idea, sir. Perhaps you can tell us, but if you get rid of the CIA, let alone the FBI, how would President Paul have any idea, any intelligence of what our...
Look, even the people in the back, they're smirking and smiling and laughing. Oh, that old man wants to get rid of the CIA. What is he thinking, getting rid of the FBI and the IRS and the Department of Education and saving us a whole lot of money and securing our liberties? Wait a second. That's not funny. That's true. That's what we should all be about the business of.
Enemies, foreign and domestic, are up to.
Well, you might ask a better question. Before 9/11, we were spending $40 billion a year. and the FBI was producing numerous information about people being trained on airplanes to fly them but not land them, and they totally ignored them. So it's the inefficiency of the bureaucracy that is the problem. So increasing this with the Department of Homeland Security and spending more money doesn't solve the problem. Yes, we have every right in the world to know something about intelligence gathering, but we have to have intelligent people interpreting this information. But you know, just going for increasing presidential powers, as been discussed, is rather disturbing to me. This whole idea that we're supposed to sacrifice liberty for security, we were advised against that. Don't we remember that when you sacrifice liberty for security, you lose both? That's what's happening in this country today. We have a national ID card on our doorsteps. It's being implemented right now. We have FISA courts. We have warrantless searches. We've lost habeas corpus. We've had secret prisons around the world, and we have torture going on. That's un-American, and we need to use the power of the presidency to get it back in order to take care of us and protect this country and our liberties.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. So here you have this sane, rational person standing up on a national debate stage, trying to get the message of freedom across to a whole bunch of bodies in a morgue, or maybe more accurately, a whole bunch of inmates in an asylum. It's no measure of good mental health to be considered well-adjusted, which this man is, to a profoundly sick society. And if that's not profound sickness, that somebody's literally going to laugh at the person who is the person most likely to secure your liberties and stave off the evil that's coming after you with all these alphabet soup agencies. I can't think of anything more insane and anything more stark or more sad, and on the other side, more disgusting, that somebody would laugh this guy off the stage or try to laugh this guy off the stage while he's just speaking truth. He's just sticking to his principles. He's giving them facts. He's giving, truth is treason in the empire of lies. Ron Paul committed great treason when he was on those debate stages, because he was doing it within the broader context of the empire of lies, and the empire of lies just cannot tolerate truth. And that's why this guy didn't become president, because those aren't the kind of people that they want in there. You can't keep telling the truth. You can't keep educating the masses. You can't keep telling people that the most important thing, the most important thing above safety, above security, the most important thing is your freedom. If you don't have freedom, you don't have anything. If you can't be secure in your persons, houses, papers, and effects, truly secure, without the overreach of government, they're always trying to reach into your pockets. They're always trying to put their boot on your neck and squash your face, because that's what tyrants do. Oh, you've got something? We want to take it from you. Oh, you produce something? We want to give it to somebody else who didn't earn it. That's what I have a problem with communism and socialism and Marxism. You don't have to specifically define what it is, but you can identify what it is by their actions and by how it's lived out, and how by how that ideology ruins people's lives. It's a wealth redistribution scheme. I don't care if you're talking about socialism. I don't care if you're talking about communism or Marxism. It's a wealth redistribution scheme, which means what? It means it's a mass theft program. More than that, it's a mass extortion program where they use the barrel of a government gun to point it into your face and say, hey, we're going to reallocate the funds that you earned. Oh, you thought you owned it. You thought that was your property. You thought you could keep 100% of your income. But guess what? The long arm of government is coming in to steal a bunch of money out of your pockets, and you can say nothing about it because we have a monopoly on force and power. And that's what Ron Paul was against. And because people have been brainwashed for years and years and years and decades on end in the 15,000-hour public fool state indoctrination program, of course they're going to try to laugh him off the stage, because they don't understand what liberty is, and they never will until they get the smell. It's almost like, when people are, it's back the blue. They back the blue. Oh, yeah, we are totally for law enforcement. Well, they'll back the blue until it happens to you. Until you find out, until you feel the sting of the baton, until they put those cuffs a little too tight around your wrists, until they throw you into a rape cage and something horrible happens to you, maybe then you'll open your eyes and you'll realize, oh, these guys who said they were serving and protecting really were only harassing and collecting. They really are road pirates. They really are the thin blue line gang that's totally against us. Think about that, guys. The most important thing in your life is your freedom. If you've got no freedom, you've got nothing. And this safety and security, that's why Benjamin Franklin said, if anybody gives up a little essential liberty to acquire politically promised, and that's what it is, politically promised security or safety, deserves neither. You don't deserve your liberty. You don't deserve your safety. What was it Samuel Adams said? If you desire wealth greater than liberty, the tranquility of servitude rather than the animating contest of freedom. It's an animating contest. You're constantly fighting for your freedom, and it's worth the fight, but you got to fight for it because that's the nature of freedom. There's always somebody out there who wants to take your freedom, so you got to fight for it. If you love wealth greater than liberty, the tranquility of servitude rather than the animating contest of freedom. He says, go from us in peace. We ask not your counsel or your arms. We don't want you to even get out your gun to protect us. Bow down and lick the hands which feed you. May your chains set lightly upon you, but may posterity forget that you are our countrymen. We want nothing to do with you. Why? Because you desired wealth greater than liberty. You desired safety greater than liberty. Those people understood this. Did they have errors in them? Of course. When I quote Samuel Adams or Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Jefferson or any of those people, it's just true. What they said is just true. If you desire something in your life greater than liberty, then you might as well be ready to give everything up. Freedom has to be protected, and we have to be a society who sensitizes ourselves to that fact, because if we let it go for others, we're going to let it go for ourselves. That's why censorship is such a double-edged sword. When somebody's calling for you to be shut, for your mouth to be shut, because that's what it is. It's violence. Somebody's violently threatening you with violence to shut your mouth. If you don't shut up, we're going to deplatform you. We're going to demonetize you. We're going to economically terrorize you. We're going to freeze your bank accounts. We're going to kick you off of Patreon, PayPal, Venmo. We're going to cut your voice off. Well, those are threats of violence, and that's truly economic terrorism. Is truly violence against you, because what does that end up doing to you? It takes away your income that you were using to feed your family. It's violence. And that person that wanted that against you doesn't want that on themselves. But guess what? Because you chose to step across that line, you liberal or whoever wanted that censorship, it's going to come for you too. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time where somebody wants to silence your voice. So that's why we all got to get together as a community and understand and sensitize ourselves to the supremacy of freedom. Period. That's all that matters. Then leave everybody to themselves to make their own way in life. No more entitlements. No more saying, I'm going to take Charlie's money and give it to Brian. Well, Brian didn't work for it. Why should I benefit from the time and laboring energies of Charlie? That's not fair. That's why I like Ron Paul, because he has principles and he didn't move from his principles. That's what a principle is. It's a foundation. It's the rock of Gibraltar. It's not going to move. I don't care how threatening the waves are. I don't care how fast the wind speed is. That rock of Gibraltar doesn't move. And that's why I respect a guy like that. He has not moved in decades and decades and decades from the principled position of the highest level you can attain in your life is to champion the cause of freedom. That's it. And he didn't move off of that. And he fights for freedom for himself, for his family, and for you. That's why I like the First Amendment and Second Amendment auditors, because they're not just out there doing it for themselves. Could there be people out there, hey, I'm just in it for the money. I don't really care about people. I just want to get the views. Yeah, there could be people like that. But I believe I can't even say for the most part. I hope that there are people out there who just have it in them, inside their hearts, to fight for the freedom of others. Because that's how we change the world.
With all the crazy stated plans of the Great Reset, the currency reset, and even the food reset, it's not a matter of if the store shelves are going to clear and there's a lack of food. The question is when. You need to get long-term storable food. It doesn't matter if it's from me or you just go to the store and you buy food. Just grab dry, storable food while you can. If you want to get it from me, you're going to support the channel and you're going to help yourself out, because my link has a discount code embedded within it. You can check that out in the description below.